Hello everybody and welcome back to Sweet and Sour Soccer. And guys, before I start the video, I just want to say, for those of you that do usually enjoy our Premier League predictions, we're sorry they've not come out this week. We have just been very busy, both me and James, but they will be back as usual next week as always. But guys, we are back and we're going to be speaking about my club today, mine and James's club. We're going to be speaking about Wolves because a lot of transfer business going on, and to be honest, things are starting to feel a little bit better at Wolves. I don't think the results are necessarily following just yet, but we're seeing a lot better style of play, and with a few additions, it feels like we might be able to mount a charge a bit up the table, and let's hope by the end of the season we can get away from that bottom three. But guys, the reason I am doing this video today is because there is a lot of transfer talk. There's a lot of potentially confirmed transfers coming out in the next couple of days, as well as other rumours which we will be needing to monitor throughout the rest of the transfer window. But guys, if it is your first time coming across us or you haven't subscribed before, please do hit that subscribe button. We're going to be doing plenty of more Wolves content as well as Premier League content as well. And if you haven't done so already, please do like the video. And let's get into this video because I want to start off with what we believe now is a pretty much confirmed signing, Mario Lemina. Now, it's believed that this is our third bid for him, around that £10 million mark. And we're believed to believe that he will be ready for a medical and flying into the UK ahead tonight, actually, potentially, ahead of a medical tomorrow. Currently coming from French club Nice. But I'm sure he's a familiar face to you guys. Of course, he has been at Southampton and he has been also Fulham before. So he's no stranger to the English game, which I think is a good thing. But more importantly, it is a centre defensive midfielder, which is something that I think we really need. I think we have missed that hard-hitting centre defensive midfielder. And in all honesty, the part of me doesn't really think we've had a proper hard-hitting centre defensive midfielder, potentially since the championship season where we went up. We had Ndai, who I thought was brilliant. Apart from that, a typical centre defensive midfielder, we've lacked it for a bit, quite a time. And to be honest, with Martino looking like he's a bit over the hill, I do like Joe Hodge, but he doesn't quite look ready for me yet to be playing in the Premier League, in my view. And obviously, Boubacar Traoré for a period of time. It is a welcome addition to get in a centre defensive midfielder. We do believe he's going to be signing on a 4-year deal, and at age 29, he's coming into the real prime of his career. But guys, if you don't know a bit about the player, just to give you a bit of an oversight into what his strengths are. Well, one of them is his actual strength and his tackling. So those are two aspects which I think we've really missed in that middle of the park. And I think at times it's led us, particularly when we play two in midfield, to really lose that midfield battle. I think, there has been times, and even watching the game last night, I did feel that at times we just got a little overrun in that midfield battle. And I think having someone that's going to have a strong presence, who's going to be strong, who's going to be able to put the tackles in, will add a lot to our midfield and make it a lot more balanced as well. He's also good at short passing. Of course, we've got Nunes and we've got Neves who can spring those long balls, but it's nice to have someone who is good at the short passing and will get things ticking over. So we're led to believe that this one should be done within the next couple of days. It might even be tomorrow if his medical does happen tomorrow and all goes well. So fingers crossed, this is going to be our second signing of the season. But we are not done there, not even close, because next one, and this has been one that's been going on for a little bit now. Felipe, centre-back for Atletico Madrid. We believe that this could be around a £5 million fee. And if we listen to sport, basically reports that are coming out of Spain, we're led to believe that this one can be expected to be done in the next couple of days. Now, this story has sort of been hanging around since we made the Cunha signing. It was a story that was very present at the time. And to be honest, at one point we thought it was going to be a double deal done at the same time. But it does look like we're going for a bit more of an experienced approach. Obviously, we've got Lemina, who's going to come in 29 years of age. It looks like if Felipe happens, it'll be 33 years of age, a small transfer fee. You do wonder if maybe we've just opting for a bit more experience because we need it. but two, trying to get some quality players in for a small fee, because of course we did spend a lot over the summer, but we do need more to save this kind of relegation battle that we find ourselves in. So yeah, 33 years of age. He will obviously come into the club with a lot of class. I mean, he's a proper defender. He can do the aerial duels. He can do the interceptions. He can do the tackling. He's going to be a really good signing. I think Atletico Madrid, I think some of their fans seem happy to get rid of him, but let's be honest, they're in a very different situation to us. And let's face it, if he can play in a team like Atletico Madrid, who are a very defensive team, let's face it, I think he's going to be more than good enough for us. So let's hope that one also happens over the next couple of days. But there are other transfers that have been rumoured, and this one has come out today. Pablo Sarabia, don't know what the first pronunciation of that was. And we don't know what the fee is going to be yet, but we are hearing some reports from England and France that Wolves are in discussion to try and get this one over the line. Again, another experienced player, 30 years of age. He is a winger, and he's going to bring a real element of class to him. You know, he can get the goals, he can get the assists, the things that we have been missing this season. And he's going to be if we can get this one done, I think this will, although Cunha's been a really good signing, I think this might even be one better, purely just because I think he's just going to bring so much class to him. I mean, you look at the attributes he's going to offer. If you wanted to describe everything that you need in a forward, it's these four things. He can finish, he can dribble, he's good at his crossing, and he's good passing as well. There's not really much that this guy can't do. He will add goals to the teams. He will add assists. He will bring a winning mentality, obviously being at PSG. And to be honest, he hasn't seen much game time this season, which makes me think that this is a deal. This is one that can be done. I think PSG will be happy. And when you obviously go back one, if we look at his age again, 30 years of age, it kind of fits in with what we've been going for by looks of it this transfer window, in terms of the other two players that I've just spoke about. A player with that bit more experience, hopefully that winning mentality to get us out of our current situation. But at the same time, because of his age, wouldn't be surprised if the fee isn't that much. Guys, there's just another two that I want to talk about, and these are ones that maybe are worth watching out for just towards maybe not going to happen in the next few days, but ones that need monitoring, and we are apparently interested. We start off with Mikel Antonio. I probably don't need to tell you too much about the West Ham striker. You know, he's going to bring the pace. He's going to bring the power. He's a little bit injury prone, but once again, we're seeing a profile here. 32 years of age. Would this be a cheap striker option to bring him that could provide a few goals, provide us with another attacking outlet? Because Diego Costa, in all honesty, he's not really worked, has he? He's doing a job, but he looks like a bloke that hasn't played a lot of football in the last couple of years. And sadly, Jimenez, I know he got the goal last night, but again, just doesn't look the same player. And it is led to believe that in all honesty, we'd be happy to ship him off if we can. And Besiktas today have actually been rumoured to potentially want Jimenez. So it's interesting. I'd like if we could have done to bring Fabio Silva back. But there's always two sides to that. One, he's having such a fantastic time, at Anderlecht, and he's contributing a lot. You kind of wonder, would it be the right thing to bring him back? Is that going to halt his progress? He's having a really good season where he's scoring goals. Just maybe leave him out there. But at the same time, we need goals. So he's a striker that's scoring, high in confidence. I wouldn't have hated it. I really wouldn't. And it's not to say that maybe we wouldn't explore that, but the possibility is we are going to explore bringing Mikel Antonio to the club at some point in this transfer window. One thing I would say, though, is West Ham are obviously a little bit reluctant. The player, on the other hand, coming out today, the player is apparently interested in this move. He's really fed up at the lack of game time he's getting at West Ham. But West Ham, obviously, they're in a relegation battle with us at the moment. Massive game on Saturday. Of course, I imagine that they don't really want to sell him to potentially a relegation rival unless they think that they can get out of it. The last player I'm going to speak about, guys, is Bristol City's Alex Scott. He's a young player who's been having a hell of a season for Bristol City. He's getting linked with quite a number of clubs, but the main one has been Wolves. The one thing, this is a really short update because it looks like we do want to go in for him. But Bristol City at the moment, they are holding off to a £25 million fee, which we are more than reluctant to pay. Probably, you know, spending 25 million on a player, which I think will do well. I think he's definitely a player that could come in, do a really good job. But potentially also you're paying for his future ability. Considering the position that we find ourselves in, is it where you want to be spending your money? Do we just need to focus on getting experienced heads in to get the job done and get us basically staying in the Premier League this season? I think that's the question that the board will have to manage. Apparently, we're reluctant to pay 25 million. So unless Bristol City do drop the fee, this is one that won't happen this window. Maybe it will be revisited in the summer. But guys, that is all for your transfer update. Let me know your opinions on all these signings. Do you want them all in? Which ones do you think could happen? And as I said at the start of the video, if you have enjoyed it, guys, and you're new to the channel or you've not yet subscribed, please do subscribe. And regardless of whether you subscribe or not, hit that like button and hopefully I'll catch you on the next one. Hopefully we get the big 3 points finally on Saturday. Guys, take care. Have a good one. Goodbye.